Hey, welcome everyone. This is Baxter over at Casino Guitars, and this is the maiden voyage of Guitar Safari, where we have gone through thousands of guitars each week trying to find some really cool ones. We find a bunch of cool ones, really unique, sometimes great deals, sometimes not, and we're gonna bring them to you, and hopefully you guys find them interesting as well. So they're all over the country, all over the world sometimes, but be sure to check them out, and if you're looking for that one special guitar, this might be the place to find it. So let's go for a ride. Okay, we're starting with maybe one of my favorites we've seen in a long time, 1966 Fender Jaguar. This thing is clean, clean, clean. It has the hang tags. That's a rare thing. So we were looking at this and we couldn't believe the price on it. It's $5,000 pretty much is what he's asking. I think he's gonna be a little bit negotiable maybe, but that's a good price, a great price for a one owner Jaguar 66. It looks awesome. We don't know if it plays awesome, but it looks great. The fact that it's so clean and has the hang tags and all the goodies, it just doesn't make sense to us. You could go buy a Fender custom shop. You're gonna pay a little bit less for that, but not much. So you could, this is sort of a battle there. So I would seriously consider this if you're in the Jaguar market. If this isn't sold within the next week, we'd be shocked. So let's say you have a ton of money and you happen to be a left-handed guitar player. Right here we have, I think it's like the first one ever is what he's pitching this as, the first left-handed 1951 Telecaster. It's got the documentation with it, the pedigree, so you say, but this is a rare, rare piece. Now, the price tag is a little bit hefty. He is asking $120,000. That is 120,000 US dollars. So this is not the cheap one or not for the faint of heart. We think this is a bit overpriced, but he started at 150, he's bringing it down. I think this needs to get under the six-figure point, and you might have yourself an amazing guitar. It's still not an amazing deal on this one, but a spectacular instrument. It is a one of one, and if you're a lefty that has to have that special rare thing, this might be the thing you gotta have. So check it out. Up next is a Fender Telecaster Thin Line 1971. This one is in lilac lavender. Let's all say that again, lilac lavender. This is a super rare color. It's not an extremely affordable 70s Telecaster. They're coming in at $17,775 is the ask for it right now. But what a cool guitar. It's I've never really seen one of these in person. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it, so 1971 Fender Telecaster, lilac. Okay, we're going Jaguar crazy today because actually Sean at the shop found this one. I did not find it, but he showed it to Derek and Derek showed it to me, or Derek showed it to Sean. I don't know. But anyway, 1965 Fender Jaguar, ice blue metallic. This thing is being asked at $12,500. He listed it originally at $15K, but we think this is spectacular. This is of course another custom color. It's a little bit on the high side of things as far as a price structure goes, but man, for a custom color, it's really not that out of the ballpark. It looks to be in original condition. Awesome looking piece. We were sort of comping this. There's some custom shops that are just like this, quite a bit less. So you are paying, it's about 4 times or 3 times less. You're paying quite a bit more for this of the rarity of the vintage spec. So this is on the high range of a Jag, but if you want that cool custom color Jag, be sure to check this one out. Again, the links are all attached below. We have, so this one's kind of fun. It's a 1971 Fender Stratocaster. And I'm not a huge 70s Stratocaster fan, but this one is kind of unique. It's a little different. It's in that rare fire mist gold, and it's got the 4-bolt neck instead of the 3. They switched over to 3 later that year. So you've got like the best sort of hybrid of the 60s leaking into the 70s still right there. Now he is asking $12,500 for this. He started off in the 14s, I believe. I think around $14,500. He's come down a bit. I think this will come down a little bit more if you're a serious buyer. It's a great looking piece. It's very unique. It's had the humbucker route underneath the bridge position, I believe, but everything else is original. So that's part of why it sort of brings the cost down a tad, I think. But check this guitar out if you're looking for a really weird 70s one. We're sort of focusing sometimes in that world, just 'cause I think that's where some of the money is still left on the table. If you're trying to buy a pre-CBS Fender, good luck, bring out the big bucks, as you saw earlier with that Telecaster. Okay, this is a Gibson 1978 Les Paul. This is 25 of 50, it's the anniversary, so it's a prototype, so this one's number 2. This one's pretty special. It's got a great burst, a great flame top. You don't see that very often at all on a vintage, especially 70s style Les Paul. It's gonna be heavy. They're asking $12,500 right now. He started at $20,000, so he's come down quite a bit. Again, I think that was an unrealistic price sort of reach, and it might just be to sort of, I guess, honeypot you in there a little bit. But so $12,500, it's not unreasonable here. Like, I think it still needs to come down a bit, but this is a really cool piece. If you're looking for a vintage 70s, that's sort of a rare find. Again, I think this might be it. There's some money left on the table if you get it for a decent price, and it's a cool guitar. It's gonna weigh a ton. I like sort of late 70s Les Pauls for some weird reason, more so than I do the Fenders. So I own a few, and they're heavy, they're cool, they're hard rocky. This is one of those as well. Okay, another one that's really cool, but it's spectacularly ugly. This is a 1959 Fender Bassman Tweed. This thing's been beat to hell. It's lived its life, but it's got the original components in it. They're asking $10K for it right now. Questionable if that's the right price. I would look a little further into this one, but reach out to the seller. It's a cool piece. There's a lot of, not a lot, there's a few Bassmans of this year out there on Reverb right now and some other sources. This is the most original of them. There's some other great ones that have had, you know, new speakers, new transformers, an entire, like, you know, redo of the Tweed on it, but this one's just completely, the piss show of what's happened to it is on the cover of it. You can see it, it's original. I'm a big fan of that when it comes to these guys. I would definitely want to get some audio clips of it and some samples to make sure it's working and functioning and seeing what the wiring situation is on it, but it looks like a pretty far out piece so far. So check this one out for sure as well. Hey, a personal favorite now is this 1958 Les Paul Jr. I would like to keep this guitar. It is not for mine to keep though, because I can't afford it right now, but it's 100% original, minus the case, but 100% original this guitar. It's not been worked on, original frets, original pickup, original everything, TV yellow. It's in great condition. It's got some cool patina on it. Asking $15,000 for it. I think this is a super sweet guitar. We've played it ourselves, love it. I would try to talk my wife into getting it for me for Christmas, but I don't have that money sitting around. So if you're looking for a cool, I mean, pre-60s Gibson, this is a chance to get in that for a reasonable amount. So check this one out. Again, links attached below. Amazing guitar, amazing piece, and it just looks really, really cool. Gold tops, gold top, gold tops. We like gold tops. So right here we have a prime example of perhaps the best of the gold tops, the 1954 gold top, right after the 52, 53 with the strange bridges. But we found, this was our favorite one we found on the Reverb engine out there. This one has 100% original. The pots are fine, the pickups are original. It looks like it's in pretty darn good shape. It's not inexpensive. They're asking $38,000 for it right now. I think there's a little room on that one, but this is a really cool piece. I'm a gold top lover and I love P90s. So if you're in that same ball game, just go check out this guitar, see what you think. Again, it's a good write-up on it. It's got all the details on it. Some of it's the copy-paste stuff of the history of the Les Paul, not important. Get into the nuts of it where it looks like it's pretty solid. This would be one I'd definitely contact the owner through Reverb and see what you can work out. Let's go to Gibson again, 1969, the year of flower power. Well, this is a Gibson ES355 custom walnut. So this one's pretty special because it was a little run they did where they just built these runs in walnut. They're not that expensive. That's why I think this is a pretty cool guitar. You can get a nice vintage Gibson ES355 for under $5,000. He's asking $4,999. I think, again, this can be a little bit lower, not much, because this is a really good price. I would consider giving this guy a shout. I love 355s. I have a 61 myself. It's a stereo. This is not that. I would prefer a mono. The stereo is kind of a cumbersome headache. It's really cool. I'm not going to rewire it. But so this is the walnut build they did. It's got the gold hardware. Looks really cool. It's going to sound like a Gibson. So you can get in the vintage game for a much more reasonable price. Okay, next is actually sort of a curveball. This is a Fender Eric Johnson thin line. Now these came out a few years ago. They're not really in solid production right now. So they're at a few shops, and we found out this shop for, it's a brand new guitar and it's substantially less. I think he has it like 16% off of what it should be at $16.99. I thought this was a wonderful guitar. I wish I would have held on to a couple myself. when they first came out. It plays great, it plays like a violin. It has a very open and airy sound. It's a 12-inch board. This is in the classic sort of vintage white color. They have a sunburst as well, but I was really the vintage white. It's very beautiful in person. It's a beautiful, the way it's just sculpted, the entire thing. It's a great playing experience. It's a singing guitar. I'm not huge on the 12-inch, and not everybody that plays Fenders are, but this one had a nice feel. I should have kept it. I should have bought one myself. So if you are looking for a sort of an oddball guitar out there, this would be one I'd definitely look at. Eric Johnson's Thin Line Stratocaster. We're jumping in the world of the Fender Custom Shop right now. So the Fender Custom Shop has been making guitars since '86. This happens to be a 2012, but this one's really special. It's the Fiesta Red, a gorgeous relic, but it's got the Abbey pickups in it. So it's got the Abigail Ybarra pickups that have become quite a sought after thing, and the pickups alone can go for quite a large bit. This guitar is in the variation of a '69 Strat, and it's got the hand-wound Abbey pickups in it, and it's priced at $3,200. So it's really affordable. Some people might pay not that much for the pickups alone, but getting up in that ball game. So if you are looking for something with really spectacular pickups, a great engine put into a great piece of guitar hardware, and you don't mind a big old headstock, this might be the guitar for you. Check it out, '69 Strat, Abbey pickups. Now if you want something completely different, PRS has a few guitars out there. They're all over the place. I tend to look for the artist packages, and you can find some decent deals on some of those when you scour quite a bit. Most are new. There's not a lot of the artist packages pop up on, but when they do, you just have to juggle a bit because you get lots of wraps and lots of oddballs. This one happens to be a non-wrap. It's a burst, so it's a 2016 McCarty 594 artist package in custom deep green turquoise smoke. So it's going to have a slight sort of edge burst as you get to the edges, a little darker, great green and dark. You're going to have the light back. It's a great playing guitar. We love McCarty 594s here at Casino. This is a great way to get into a beautiful piece at an affordable price, because in general, if you're buying an artist package, you're looking at a couple $1,000s more than what this person is asking right now. So check it out. So that's our first. So we're gonna be having some more videos of these coming out every week. And what we're gonna do too is we might actually bring the cameras in, sort of the behind the scenes of it when we're going through some of this, so you can see it. And it's sort of fun because we battle and we think, that's gonna make it, that's not gonna make it. It's a lot of fun, so let us know if any of these things are ones you end up buying. Click on those links down below. That'll send you right to the guitar. Just make it a lot easier for you so you don't have to go search it and copy and paste our weird websites and type in things. Just click on that link, brings you right into it. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's certain guitars you're looking for. We'd love to do the legwork because we have a whole bunch of guys that search the internet all day to their wives' and girlfriends' chagrin all night. So we'll do it for you as well. Thanks again, Casino Guitars. Signing out.